The last thing that we're going to do today is we're going to problem solve with dividing decimals by integers. And so the first problem we have says you can buy juice by the bottle or by the case. Either way, it costs the same for each bottle. A case of 24 bottles of juice costs $23.52. Calvin bought a bag of peanuts for 75 cents and one bottle of juice. How much did Calvin spend in all? Think. What words in the problem tell me to add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Well, he bought this and this, so typically that means that we're going to add. And if this is a case that costs this much, and it costs the same for each bottle, the same for each bottle tells me that I can divide to get my unit rate, or to get how much one costs. So I've got adding and dividing. So do I need more than one operation? Yeah, I do. And what operation should I do first? Well, I'm going to have to figure out how much juice costs first, one bottle, and then add that to my total for peanuts. So the first thing that I'm going to do here is $23.52 divided by 24 bottles to try and get how much one bottle costs, my unit rate. To get a unit rate, we divide. And so I'm going to bring my decimal point up. 24 does not go into 2 or 23, but it can go into 235. Again, I'm going to use 24 and think about quarters: 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175, 200, 225. Pretty close there, so I'm going to guess 9 groups. 9 times 4 is 9 times 4 is 36. Carry my 3. 9 times 2 is 18, plus 3 is 21. When I subtract, I'm going to have to do some borrowing here. 15 minus 6 is 9. 2 minus 1 is 1. Bring down my 2. And now again, I'm going to use my groups of 25, 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175, 200. This is pretty close to 200, so I'll guess 8. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 3 is 19. When I subtract, I get 0. And so my bottle of juice cost 98 cents. My peanuts cost 75. So how much did he spend it on? Now I'm going to add to get my final answer. 98 cents plus 75 cents, 0 and 75 hundredths. I line up my decimals for my answer here. I get 8 plus 5 is 13, carry my 1. 1 plus 9 is 10, plus 7 is 17, carry my 1. And I jumped the gun there a little bit. And then 1 plus 0 is 1. So Calvin spent $1.73 on peanuts and a bottle of juice. If you want a challenge, go ahead and try it. Pause the video and try number 6 on your own. Otherwise, you can keep watching with me. Number 6 says members of a reading group order books for $89.10 and bookmarks for $10.62. If there are 18 people in the group, how much does each person owe on average? Think, what words in the problem tell me to add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Well, they got this and this, so we probably could add those two. And then if there are 18 people, how much does each person? That means that we're trying to find a unit rate, or we're trying to divide down to see how much are in each group. Do I need more than one operation? I do. And what operation should I do first? We kind of have two options here. We could divide this by 18 and this by 18 and then add at the end. Or we could add these at the start to get their total, the total amount that they paid, and then divide that by 18. That sounds like less work to me. So I'm going to start by doing 89 and 10 hundredths plus 10 and 62 hundredths. 0 plus 2 is 2. 1 plus 6 is 7. 9 plus 0 is 9. And 8 plus 1 is 9. So I know that they spent $99.72 in all. And then I'm going to figure out how much each person paid on average. I'm going to divide that by the number of people in the group, which is 18. 18 is close to 20, so I'm going to be using groups of 20 to help myself. 18 cannot go into 9, but it can go into 99. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. I'm going to guess about 5 times. 5 times 8 is 40, carry my 4. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 4 is 9. So when I subtract, I get 9 and bring down my 7. 18 goes into 97. Again, I know that goes in there 5 times because 5 times 18 was 90 the first time. 5 times 18 is 90 the second time. When I subtract, I get 7, and I can bring down my 2. And I'm thinking about my 20s again, 20, 40, 60. But 18 is a little bit smaller, so it may mean that 20, 40, 60, 80. I'm going to guess 4 times for this. So 4 times 8 is 32. And then 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 is 7. So when I subtract, I get 0. If a decimal's in the house, we raise it to the roof. And so my total here, or on average, each person spent $5.54. And if I think about, does that make sense? Well, 89 plus 10, or 89 plus 11 is about 100. 100 divided by 20 is about 5, and so 554 seems reasonable and makes sense for my answer that each person spent $5.54.